Hey everybody, welcome to that vinyl channel. I'm that vinyl guy bias. Have a small change of venue. I changed position. I think this is going to work better because where I was sitting, it was causing a lot of glare on these records with the cellophane on it. So I think I'm going to have less glare over here. But this is going to be my third segment in the series here. What I'm doing is I'm showing you all my Seal classic albums. I want to go ahead and check out my first video, which explains a lot more. I'll go ahead and put a card up above, and that way you can go check it out. And there's also a segment number 2. This is segment number 3. So I'm going to go ahead and get started with my next set of 11 classic albums, Seal classic albums, to go ahead and show you. So the first one I have here is going to be Dave Edmunds. Don't know a lot about this performer. I do know the name, and this is, according to the back here, CBS Records, 1982. So that's when this one came out, but this is Dave Edmunds, and there you go. Okay, and the next one here is going to be Steve Hackett, Special Mornings. Let me see if I can see a date here on the back of this. Looks like 1979. So Steve Hackett was a member of Genesis. So that's where his claim to fame is from. It's from Genesis. But he actually has some solo albums and they're pretty good. I do have a couple other ones of his, and I got this one, and it was still sealed. So very cool. But there you go. This is Steve Hackett, Special Mornings. Okay, the next one here is going to be David Knopfler. This is going to be from 1988. Now, David Knopfler is one of the founding members of Dire Straits, along with his brother Mark Knopfler. So, but here he is having a solo album. I don't know all that much about him and his solo career. I don't know if this is his first solo album or not. But I do like Dire Straits, so I figure I'd give this a shot. So, and this is the name of this album is Lips Against the Steel. That's the name of the album. So I'll show you the back here as well. Very cool. So this here is David Knopfler. Okay, so having a soundtrack for you here. This is going to be Eating Raoul. This is from 1982. Eating Raoul is an excellent movie, a great comedy movie. It has the guy that played Chakotay from Voyager in it. But it's a very, very good. It's a dark comedy. It's definitely a dark comedy, but it's a good movie. It's very funny, and I really enjoy the movie a lot. And so I wanted to get the soundtrack, and so I found a new sealed copy. So there we go. This here is the soundtrack to Eating Raoul. All right, so now we have Attack. This is a hard rock band from 1986. Go ahead and give you a glimpse of the back here. But other than that, I don't know a whole lot about this band. So I think I picked this up on a blind buy. But they probably have not released very many albums. The name of this album is Uptown Thinkin'. But there we go. That's Attack. And again, this is from 1986. All right. Remember in the very first video, I mentioned how I find some of these in dollar bins. I found this actually a couple days ago in a dollar bin. So this is still sealed, very cool. And this is Peter, Paul, and Mary, 10 years together. So this is the greatest hits. I do like Peter, Paul, and Mary. Currently, all I have are 45s of them. I have no LPs. But you know what? This was only $1. And I mean, I can't go wrong for $1, right? So, and I have seen this album before. So it's one that I had been wanting to pick up. I just hadn't yet. So for $1, it was a no-brainer. So there we go. This is Peter, Paul, and Mary, 10 years together. And I give you a glimpse here of the back of it as well. So there you go. Okay, so next we have Star Wars. This here is by the Electric Moog. So the band covers select tracks from the original soundtrack to Star Wars. And show you the back of this as well, but it's very cool. I'm big into sci-fi, big into this kind of music. It's kind of funny because on here at the top it says, not the original soundtrack. So it's warning you that it's not the original soundtrack, in case you're wondering. But this is more like Miko. If you're familiar with Miko, it's more of that kind of music where they take the Star Wars music and they do it, more electronic. But it's pretty cool, and it's still sealed from 1977, so there you go. All right, so here's a very cool one. This is a Walt Disney release. This is from 1968. This was actually sold at Gulf gas stations. I don't know if you can see that Gulf logo there, But yeah, so this is probably one of the oldest Seal classic albums that I have right now. 1968 was quite a long time ago, but this is Walt Disney's Merriest Songs. It just has almost like a greatest hits from the movies up to that time. It has Mary Poppins, Snow White, Cinderella, Lady and the Tramp, Babes in Toyland, The Jungle Book, just select tracks from all those movies. These are the actual tracks from those movies, so very cool. And I do have another copy of this already that's opened, but you know what, I had a chance to pick this one up. I think it was at a record show. It was not that much money, and I was like, wow, you know, it's still sealed, so definitely. All right, so moving on to another soundtrack here. This is Mr. Destiny. I don't remember what year this came out. I can barely see this. I don't remember. I've seen this movie before. It's an excellent movie. It's one of my favorite movies of all time, actually. I mean, if you want to sit here and talk about spilt milk, right? But great movie. And I think it came out in the 90s, I believe. So, but it's a great soundtrack. And this here is a sealed copy of it. So again, this here, and the movie has James Belushi and Michael Caine in it. If you've never seen this movie, you need to go out and watch it. It's a really good movie, especially if you're a fan of either James Belushi or Michael Caine. It's really good. All right, so getting down to the last two. So who here is a fan of Krofft Super Show? You know what I'm talking about, right? Speed Buggy. Talking about The Lost Saucer. We're talking about Land of the Lost. Lidsville. I mean, it just goes on and on, right? Here's one here called Captain Cool and the Kongs. Yes, this here is from the Krofft Super Show, and it's very cool. This here is a soundtrack from not just that, but other shows from Magic Mongo, Wonderbug, Bigfoot and Wild Boy, and it's actually stories from it, it says. So very cool. And again, I'll show you the back. I don't know when this is from. I'm going to say in the early 70s. It's on the Peter Pan label, which is a label that's geared towards children, but it's still a sealed copy. Very cool. And there we go. This here is Captain Cool and the Kongs. All right, the very last one I have for you in this segment anyways. This is Gary U.S. Bonds, Dedication. So this came out in 1981. I do like Gary U.S. Bonds. I'm not that familiar with this particular album, but it does say on the back that it did come out in 1981. So it's very cool. And there we go. All right, and that's it. I do want to thank everybody for watching today. I hope you all getting something out of these videos. Next is going to be segment number 4. That's probably going to be a week from now. I do want to thank everybody for joining me today, and I'll see you all next time.